Hello, I'm Mindy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my TBR for a Bookworm's New Year Readathon, and I have a plan A and a plan B for this TBR. One is way too overly ambitious and one is probably just right. We are getting close to Christmas now, so I come equipped with my wonderful cat and a Christmas tree sweater, and I'd love to share with you the books that I'm hoping to read for this readathon, which will be the entire month of January. I am hosting it along with Literary Lizzie, David's book reviews, and Noel's 7 pages. The first prompt is catch up, read a book you meant to read in 2020. I'm going to try to read If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. I started this book and got about 115 pages in, and I still need to finish this. I had quite a few to choose from, books that I started in 2020 and didn't get around to finishing. The second prompt is Head Start. Read a book that has to do with one of your 2021 goals. One of my goals is to read 10 tomes, books over 500 pages, and the tome that I pulled out of my tome TBR jar in 2020 was The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. This is 769 pages or something like that. It's a big boy. So hopefully I can read this book as well. Prompt 3 is Get It Done. Read the physical book that you have left unread the longest. I had 4 more books to go from my list of books that have been on my TBR the longest. I was supposed to read them in 2020 as a goal. I read most of them. But I still need to read The Black Prism by Brent Weeks, and that's the one I chose for this TBR. This is book 1 in the Lightbringer series. Prompt 4, Decade Reflection. Reread your favorite book from 2011, and I can tell you that my favorite book in 2011 was Spirit Bound by Rochelle Mead. This came out in 2010 and I read it in 2011. This is book 5 in the Vampire Academy series, and I reread the first 4 in the last couple of years, and I'm ready for this one. Prompt 5, top of your TBR, read a book from the top of your TBR pile. I'm going to be reading The Tommyknockers by Stephen King. This is the group read pick for a Goodreads group that I am a part of called Creatures Everywhere. So that is the one that is on the top of my TBR. Prompt 6, No Time Like the Present. Read a book you are intimidated by. This is one I've been trying to read all through 2020. The Stand by Stephen King. I started this during one of the rounds of Tome Topple, and it's been haunting me ever since. I read a little bit here and there, and I'm about halfway through. So I would love to finally finish this. It is fantastic so far. It's my favorite Stephen King so far, and I want to read it. So long though, over 1,400 pages. Why? Prompt 7, diversity. Read a book by a person of color, fiction or nonfiction. I will be reading Kindred by Octavia Butler. This is a fiction, science fiction, time travel book that I have been wanting to read for 1,000,000 years. So it's time to get it done. Prompt 8, change of scenery. Read a book from a genre you don't usually read from. I chose nonfiction as my genre, and I am going to read Evicted, Poverty and Profit in the American City by Matthew Desmond. I'm sure it will be quite depressing, but important read. And the last prompt is New Beginnings. Read a debut novel. I'm very excited to finally read this one as well. And that is Whispers in the Dark by Laurel Hightower. I've been wanting to read this book since it first came out, and it's finally the time. I love this readathon and the prompts because it is getting me to read all the books that I really wish I would have read earlier, and that is a very exciting thing. So these 9 books, I really wanted to pick a book for every prompt, being so optimistic like I am. But these 9 books add up to a total of 3,800 pages and 27 audio hours. And usually I read about 2,500 pages a month, so this seems pretty out of reach. So I have a plan B, and let me tell you about it. And these are the books I'm going to focus on first. I am still trying to get a blackout, just with less books. So I can still get a blackout if I finish these 4 books, plus Kindred and the Tommyknockers, because The Black Prism by Brent Weeks is a book I meant to read in 2020. It was on my list of books that have been on my TBR the longest that I was trying to get through. It fits one of my 2021 reading goals because it is over 500 pages. My other reading goal is to finish series, and this is part of a series, so it fits that as well. It is one of the books I've left unread the longest, and it is a book that I am intimidated by because of the size, plus there's other books in the series. It's quite a daunting task. So this one fits 4 prompts. So that would bring my total pages to 2,053 pages and 27 audio hours. That is much more doable. And I may be able to read a little bit more. So once I finish these books, I will start Into the Stand because I really, really want to finish that book someday. And I want it to be now. So that is my TBR for a Bookworms New Year Readathon. I would love to hear if you are participating, and I can't wait to see your TBRs as well, or you could tell me about them down in the comments. I hope you all have a fantastic holiday season, and I am super excited for this readathon in January. If you like this video, you can hit like and subscribe, and I'll be back very soon with another book-related video. Thanks. Bye.